So friends, welcome back. In this session with us is Prerna Shah, who is working as a financial consultant, financial advisor in one of the top companies. So we are not disclosing the name of the company, but in this video series, in this particular session, we will learn more about the profile from the Prerna herself. So hi, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Yogesh. Thank you so much. I'm more than glad to be a part of this show.
Yeah, so Prerna, we are literally unaware of in what role you are working in. So we wish that you tell us more about the role and the responsibilities and how your day looks like.
So I work as a financial advisor and in one of the top big fours. And basically, in financial advisory, you have different domains, but where I specifically work is mergers and acquisition. And this was something which I always wanted to work in. And within mergers and acquisition, you have different threads. So I specifically work in corporate finance advisory and private equity. And I think it is one of the most phenomenal field to work because it is financially very rewarding and it's challenging, and you get a lot of opportunities to travel and all across the world. So I just feel that it's one of my dream roles that I'm working in, and absolutely very happy to be in.
But Prerna, we are literally unaware of these fancy terms. In fact, my majority of the audience will not be knowing about what PE is or what actual merger acquisition is. Like they know about the terms, but they don't know about like what practical is done in those fields. So you are not working in merger and acquisition, you are working in advising clients on merger and acquisition deals. Can you elaborate it further for more clarity?
Yeah, of course I can. So I specifically work in deal progression, and within CFA we look after like whether if it is a deal which is going to happen, and how we can advise the clients from both the sides, sell side or buy side, and how we can be helpful as an advisor. So from end to end M&A process, which we take care of. And within that there is a stage which is private equity, where for organizations which are yet to be listed or yet to come on the public space. So for that there is another set of series that we try to work on, and that is the private equity space.
Even merger and acquisition can happen in those companies which are not listed.
Yeah, it can.
Right.
Absolutely, it can.
Mm-hmm. All right. So is it only the two domain where you're working, PE and merger acquisition, or it has a wider aspect?
Yeah, it has a wider aspect. So I'll just tell you what financial advisory is and how it starts and where it ends. So it's a huge field to work in, and anybody who is into finance, whether you are a finance graduate and you have done your master's as an MBA, or if you are a CFA, or if you're a CA, you have wide opportunities into financial advisory. Now it has two roles into it. One is a client facing role, and the other one is the strategic role of it. So when you're into a client facing role, obviously you will get opportunities like wealth management, investment banking, all this stuff, portfolio management, all these things. So there are also ways of doing it. One, you can be an independent IFA, independent financial advisor by yourself. Second is you can associate with a wealth outfit or investment banking outfit, and you can advise. And for that, you need to have an end-to-end knowledge about everything. And the third way is family office. And all these three are for the client-facing roles. When I talk about the strategic role of it, then you have another side to it. Within that, you will have like M&A. Within M&A, you will have CFA, private equity, valuation modeling, then turnaround and restructuring, all this stuff. And apart from this, if you're, you are a part of financial advisory, but you're not a part of M&A, then you can be a part of equity underwriting, debt underwriting, capital markets, all this stuff. So there is ample of opportunities for people who are, who have an inclination of finance also and marketing also, and they want to sharpen their skills into a client-facing role. For them, there is a separate profile. And for them who want to, are more interested and want to build their career into strategic role and building plans and, working on two deals on the back end side. For them, it is a completely different side of it.
So you're working on a client facing role right now.
So I must say, luckily, I've got an opportunity to work on both the sides. So on my previous project, I was working on a client facing role, and currently I'm working on a strategic role.
Okay, great. Great. So what is the hierarchy level in any of the wealth management role? Because I'm not talking particularly about Big Four, but I'm talking about like from where a person can start and up to what level that person can grow. So how that looks like.
Right. So it starts somewhere around, being an analyst, and you start your career at a very initial level, and then you rise to senior analyst, so on and so forth. And then you become, assistant managers, consultants. Then you become, then there will be AVPs, VPs, and then director, and then principal, and finally at the partner level, where you will be globally handling any, a particular subcontinent, or you will be looking after a particular country. So all of this.
So how the roles and responsibilities shift at each level?
Initially, you would be more into the data crunching activity, analyzing activities, all those things. The more you grow, the more you will start building your portfolio. At certain level, you will start having your own portfolio, where like before, I was a part of this company where I was previously, I was handling clients of my own of around 500 crores AUM. That was the asset under management I was doing. And so then when you have already gained a lot of knowledge of how to work in the field, what are the client expectations, you're clear about the objective, you've understood the domain very well, and you're strong enough to face the people on the field, then you're exposed to it. Okay, right, now you can go work on the field and develop relationship with the high-end clients, because you can have all sorts of clients over here. You can have individuals, big shots, you can have corporates, you can even have, HUFs. So it depends, it entirely depends. So, and the more you grow, and I think at the partner level, you are handling extremely big deals. Like recently we had Mubadala, and which was one of the largest deals, I think, which has happened. And so I think there are a couple of very, very large deals, and there you are directly exposed to an advisory piece of your own, and you have ample of opportunities to make money both ways.
Are you an independent financial advisor as well? If you wish to, continue that, can you do that? Because you have overall experience in this field. So how that independent financial advisor build her portfolio if anyone wants to start as a freelancer?
So what I would suggest is, see, in first place, I would not suggest somebody who has 3, 4, or 5 years of experience to go for an IFA role. Why? Because this is not something, you are not dealing people who are making initial money. These people are very strong. They know how to handle their business. They have a lot of money, and they're looking for, some really handsome advices, and they would associate with you based on a very strong relationship. So until unless you develop that relationship, which might take a lot of time and trust, obviously. So I would suggest is first associating with any of the large outfits, gaining a knowledge of how the process works. And once you have developed the relationship, since I have already developed the relationship with the clients, so I know them personally. And, at any given point of time, if I work as an independent financial advisor, they would be more than happy to associate with me because they trust my advices. So at that point of time, when you already have, asset of somewhere around 400, 500 crores you're managing alone, then you can, have an entity of your own, of course. And for that, obviously, there are some legal challenges also. So you need to have some certifications which are essential.
So what are those certifications or skills which are required into this role?
So I think when you want to work as an IFA, you need to appear for certain examinations, which are like AMFI, IRDA licenses, which are important for you as a distributor and as an advisor. And apart from this, what clients usually look for is a CFA degree. If you're comfortable enough, a lot of people, it's a tough certification to have, but if you have it, it is absolutely wonderful.
See, basically, you talked about the certifications. I was asking about the skills. Forget about any certification or any qualifications. Suppose a person is having a required knowledge or skills. Now, what those knowledge and skills should be in order to deliver? That's my question was.
All right. So I think the knowledge of a fair and strong knowledge of markets is very important. You need to be updated how the Indian market works, how the global market works. Then different asset allocations you need to understand. What are the asset classes you need to understand, how they move, and with the passage of time, how they have shown their behaviors. That is important. Then you need to have a very, very in-depth knowledge about a lot of products in the market and what is running and what you can suggest people. That is also very important. So I think all this works together. And yes, obviously, if if you don't have a required certification or anything, but still you have these, if you're good at communication and you can develop relationship well, and you have a very, very inclination towards learning, then obviously I think you can definitely do wonders in this field.
This is some of the insight which comes in every of our interview, where skills outperform the qualification or any other stuff. Yeah. So now talking about the remuneration part, basically, I know that it's a really difficult part to disclose, but it's not. I'm asking about from the person's perspective who wish to continue into this field, that from where a person can start and up to what level that person can go, like what can be the initial pay package into this industry, and if I talk about the partner level, then up to what amount that person can go. An idea about that?
Yeah, of course. I'll just give a very straight answer, which is expected from me. So if you join as an analyst in any nice organization, then definitely you can start with somewhere around a 10 lakh per annum package, and you can rise up to a few crores. And this is, I'm talking about the fixed remuneration. So this is the fixed remuneration part of it. When you rise above the VP level, vice president, senior vice president, principal, and partner is the highest one. Then apart from fixed remuneration, you have another term, which is the incentives. And that is your advisory fees. So which is again a couple of crores. So that is, phenomenal. So like, for example, the last year, just from the advisory fees, we made, as a team, we made somewhere around 70 crores. Yeah.
So if that has to be 1% or 2% of it, then you must have done a transaction of 7,000 crores. Approximately. Near about that.
Yeah.
Right? Absolutely. Is it right? Because advisory fees ranges around 1 or 2% only. Yeah. Yes. So since being from the financial background, I did my CA, but I moved to finance industry itself. So one thing I want to tell my audience as well, that there's a huge money in finance, because you are earning money from money, and that is where wealth is created. So this is at least from my experience, this is the hot career path for commerce students at least. And the other one is IT, which we all know, which involves coding and technical part, building tech team. So these two things, finance and tech, is basically driving the market as per my knowledge. Any new startup is coming in, or anything which is being which is growing, it has tech or finance, two things inbuilt. So that's my take on it. And anything you want to tell our audience at last, any advices who wish to come into this field from your past experience, you can give some of the quick advices.
Absolutely. So I think one thing I would like to tell my audience is you just trust on the process, be very confident. You will face a lot of challenges, because definitely it is not a very easy field to work in. And every day you will come across a lot of things you will not know about, but you have to ready to learn about it and grow. And the most important advice, what I would give, and I have personally got benefit from it, is build your network strongly. your network will definitely at any phase of time will help you, reward you to grow. So
But how?
that is what I
The
just
question is
want to say.
how to build network there. I have met few people from LinkedIn who have 50,000 plus followers, 30,000 connections, but nobody knows them physically, and actually
Yeah,
that network is not worth. So by
exactly.
what does it actually mean of building a network and how people can build it?
So LinkedIn is not just the only way where you can build your network, but apart from this is whichever organization you're working in, look at the higher level of the hierarchy, okay? And always they would be keen to associate with you. So first, the very hot cake and easy apple to grab is your own organization and the highest level of the hierarchy. Associate with them, try to connect with them, and obviously the competitors to those organizations where you are working. So that is also an easy way wherever you would like to shift. And most important is wherever you want to go, your goal is, your relevant field of experience where you want to achieve is. Just try, connecting with people on a regular basis, even if you don't have an objective. Like, do not always approach people with an objective, because people are very smart. They understand that you're calling or messaging for something interest of your own. So even if it is a festival, or even if something which is not so important, please try to approach people. Please try to open or break the ice, and it will obviously, in the gradual period of time, maybe 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, people will associate with you, and they will start having conversation, and they will try to help you out.
Great. So it was a nice, insights and nice, you can say, secrets revealed by you, how to build a network and how to move into the finance role. And thank you very much, Prerna, for coming in. I hope you don't have any issue if we publish it on our YouTube channel, and we'll definitely share a link with you as
No
well.
problem.
Thank you once again, and bye-bye.